Hello, welcome to Guidancy Education Channel. We are continuing Chapter 1, Solids under Class 12, Chemistry. This is the fifth part in the series Important Questions from Solid State. Let us see the topics that are discussed here. In this video, we will concentrate on types of crystalline solids, that is classification on the basis of the nature of the particles present in the crystal. These 5 videos will give you all important questions from that chapter. I have covered almost all important questions from the chapter. Do not skip the video, watch it completely, and if you think the video is useful, like the video, share the video, and also leave your comments in the comment box below. If you have not yet subscribed my channel, do subscribe it at least now and support me. Thank you very much. Let us do this question. Identify the substance which is a molecular solid. Diamond, graphite, ice and quartz. Section B. To which category do the others belong? Section C. Diamond and graphite are covalent or network solids. Write 3 differences between them. Subquestion 2. Account for the differences. Substances can be classified on different bases. We have already discussed 3 types in my previous videos. First, we will see classification of crystalline substances. Basis is nature of particles. There are 4 types. First one is ionic. Second one, molecular. Third one, covalent. Fourth one, metallic. We will discuss all these 4 different types because questions may be asked from any of these topics. First one, ionic. Particles are ions. Particles are held together by electrostatic force of attraction, otherwise called Coulombic force. Because of the strong electrostatic force, the substances are very hard and brittle. They are insulators in solid state because in the solid state, the particles, that is ions, they are held tightly by electrostatic force, which makes the particles immobile, so they cannot conduct electricity. In molten state and as aqueous solutions, they conduct electricity because the ions gain energy and become mobile. Examples are sodium chloride, magnesium chloride, etc. In molecular solids, particles can be atoms, as in the case of noble gases like argon, or non-polar molecules like hydrogen, iodine, etc. or polar molecules as in the case of hydrogen chloride, sulfur dioxide, etc. The force binding these particles together may be London force or dispersion force as in the case of argon, hydrogen, iodine, etc. Dipole-dipole attraction as in hydrogen chloride, sulfur dioxide, etc. or hydrogen bonding as in the case of water, that is ice and ammonia. So the answer for section A is ice because ice is nothing but water. Polar and non-polar solids are soft, whereas those bound by hydrogen bonding are hard. Electrically, they are insulators. In covalent or network solids, the particles are atoms held together by covalent bonds. Substances are hard, like diamond and quartz, but graphite is soft. With reference to electrical property, diamond and quartz are insulators, but graphite is conductor. So the answer for section B is diamond, graphite and quartz belong to covalent or network solids. Section C, question 1. You have to give differences between graphite and diamond. In the second section, you have to write the reason for their differences. We will answer those questions after we finish this. In metallic solids, the particles are positive ions or cations in a sea of electrons. The electrons are free to move anywhere within the solid or molten state. So these substances are good conductors in solid and molten state. Compare this property of metallic solids with the ionic solids. They are insulators in solid state, but conductors in molten state and in aqueous solutions. This is one point of difference between ionic solids and metallic solids. I am explaining all these points in detail because any such point may be asked for the examination. They have shining appearance. Examples are metals and alloys. Section C. 3 differences between diamond and graphite. Under question number 2, we have to give reasons, that is, account for the differences between them in spite of being the same type of solid, that is, covalent solids. Diamond is a hard substance, but graphite is very soft. Diamond is an insulator, whereas graphite is a conductor. Diamond has good shining. Graphite has only mild shining. The reason for the differences between diamond and graphite lies in the difference in the structure of these two crystals. They show many similarities because they belong to the same group, but that is not asked in the question. Let us see the differences in their structure so that we can account for the differences in their property. Diagram A shows the bonding of carbon atoms in diamond. The bonds are strong and directional, that is, at definite angles. The hardness of diamond is due to this structural peculiarity. Diagram B shows the structure of graphite. The particles are seen arranged in different layers. Each layer contains several carbon atoms. One electron of each carbon atom in all the layers is mobile and can move among the layers. This structural property makes it very soft. One layer can slightly glide over the other. The other 3 electrons are bound tightly among the carbon atoms. The dotted line shows the free electron among the layers. We will note down the point regarding the free electron. The layered structure makes it soft and the free electron makes it a conductor. Coming back to diamonds, we find that all the electrons are tightly bound. There are no mobile electrons. So it cannot conduct electricity, so it behaves like an insulator. The 3-dimensional peculiar structure or bonding of the atoms in diamond gives it shining. In the case of graphite, the arrangement is totally different, so it reflects only a little amount of light, so it is slightly or mildly shining only. It cannot split light into different colors. We have accounted for all the 3 differences between diamond and graphite. Next question. What is dry ice? How is it different from ice? Compare quartz and quartz glass. What is the reason for electrical conductivity in the following? Metals, ionic solids and semiconductors. Next section. Classify the following as ionic, covalent, molecular and metallic. 6 examples are given. Magnesium oxide, sulfur dioxide, iodine, water, that is ice, silicon dioxide, which is quartz, then brass. Second section under D. Hydrogen chloride is polar, but hydrogen is non-polar. Why? We have to answer all these questions. Let us take up. There are a large number of questions again. We will see one by one. It is very simple. Section A. Dry ice is solid carbon dioxide. Ice is simply solid water. So chemically they are different. Dry ice, that is solid carbon dioxide, passes on to vapor state on heating without becoming a liquid. That is, it sublimes. Whereas ordinary ice on heating becomes liquid water. Formation of carbon dioxide can be fatal. That is, it might cause death. When solid carbon dioxide sublimes in a room without ventilation, it becomes dangerous to life. Now section B. Both are chemically silicon dioxide, commonly called silica. Each silicon atom is bonded to 4 oxygen atoms around it, forming a tetrahedron. Each corner is further shared by other tetrahedron and forms covalent network. You have already learned this in 11th standard. In quartz, this arrangement or network is very regular and ordered, which makes it crystalline. See this diagrammatic representation. This is more or less the network covalent bonding in quartz. You can find each silicon atom surrounded by 4 oxygen atoms. Because of the peculiar bonding, its formula is represented as SiO4 raised to minus 4 or 4 minus charge. So in quartz you find there is a regular pattern of arrangement. In quartz glass, the pattern of arrangement is irregular, that is not regular. It shows only slightly short range order of arrangement, making it amorphous. I have already posted a video on differences between amorphous substances and crystalline substances. If you have not yet watched that video, click the I button in order to watch that. You can get more differences. Now section C. The reason for electrical conductivity of metals is the presence of free electrons. This is a salient feature of metallic bond. The electrons are free to move anywhere in the metal. Conductivity of ionic substances is due to free ions which can move. Now take up the case of semiconductors. You have already learned that semiconductors have a conductivity range which is very low, and when such substances show impurity defect due to presence of certain impurities, their conductivity gets slightly improved, which has great practical application. So the conductivity of semiconductors is due to presence of impurities in them. We will learn about them on a later occasion. Section D, question 1. Magnesium oxide is ionic. Sulfur dioxide is polar molecular solid. Iodine, non-polar molecular solid. Water is hydrogen bonded. Silicon dioxide, we have already discussed that it is covalent or network solid. Then brass, it is an alloy. It comes under metallic. The last question I shall do on the left hand side. Polarity is due to the difference in the electronegativity of the atoms present in the molecule. Hydrogen chloride is a polar molecule because the chlorine atom is more electronegative than hydrogen. So it has more affinity for electron and it pulls the electron of hydrogen towards itself. So the chlorine atom develops a delta negative charge and hydrogen atom develops a delta positive charge. The bond is covalent only. In hydrogen molecule, both the atoms are of the same element, hydrogen. So the question of difference in electronegativity does not arise here. So the molecule is non-polar. Under important questions from chapter 1 solid state, I have covered almost all the most important questions. It will be of great use to you. We'll meet in the next video with the next important topics. Thank you.